Hey everybody, welcome to episode 6 of Live, Love, Laugh the podcast. We are so thankful and grateful to be here again with you guys today, and we're just really feeling great today.
We want to thank everybody who's following us, who's supporting us, all of the constructive criticism, the good vibes that you guys are sending out. We really appreciate it. I mean, we're growing. We're trying to make this thing pop. So you keep following us, hang with us on this journey. We really want to thank everybody.
Yeah. Today we have a very special guest, two very special guests. This is Antoinette and Ryan Gassaway, and we're going to talk to them about how they're thriving as a wonderful, beautiful couple. So just sit back, relax. I am AJ Foody, and this is
Shon Wins.
And we'll be back in a few moments. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 6 of
Hey family, it's your boy Nev Massey here with Live, Love, Laugh the podcast. I want to encourage you to join us every week for those of you that are struggling with your love and relationship. I'm telling you, we dive into this section. It's the most talked about that we have on our podcast. It's not the main meat and gristle, but it is something we spend a lot of time on because we believe in it. It's very difficult in today's society to find true love and to have healthy relationships because culture is just driving so many different narratives, man. It's crazy. Well, we're going to bring on some licensed therapists, some love relationship coaches, and other couples and get some testimonials. And we're going to do all that we can so that we can start loving better and enjoying our relationships with the significant others. So join us every week at Live, Love, Laugh the podcast, and we'll see you on Patreon. We'll see you on YouTube. We'll see you on Facebook, and we'll see you on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Thanks for listening.
All right, y'all. Now, you know we do this every week, so we want you to start over. Okay. Circulating around, and
that was wild at first glance.
It really was.
Yeah, it's like, huh? And he was serious about it. He told him about 3-4 times, lock the door.
Right. All right, y'all. Now get ready to sip on this. This is an every week thing, and we got a couple of things we want to talk about. So we're ready to sip. I don't know if you guys have seen the trending video on social media of Marvin Sapp, and he's telling his congregation to put money in the bucket, and he actually told security to lock the doors.
That was wild. at first glance.
It really was.
Yeah, it's like, huh? And he was serious about it. He told him about 3-4 times, lock the door.
Right. He was serious. So I did get some information that this video is about 2 years old. However, that doesn't take away from the startling effect that it had. You know, it was aggressive, and now there's all kind of memes circulating around, and you know, where he's just pretty much begging for money in an aggressive kind of way.
I think there's a possibility that it was taken out of context a little bit, because it's just a really short snippet. You know what I mean? What happened before leading up to him asking for this offering?
Well, I mean, they were raising money for something specific, I think. I'm not sure what that was, but they were raising money. So he was talking to his audience outside of the church, and he was talking to the congregation inside of the church. And I believe, you know, this is a mega church, so it's like 1,000 people. He's saying it's so many of us, we can raise what it was like a 40,000 or 100,000. Yeah. It was a lot. He was like, everybody give $20. Everybody come up. And then he said, lock the doors.
But you know, I grew up in church, and you know, that's what they did. Hey, whoever can give $100, give 100. Whoever can give 50, give 50. You know, I guess maybe they should stop recording the offering on the internet. You know what I mean? Stop live streaming it, because you know, it could be taken out of context.
Now, I mean, I do believe that church is like a club. Okay, so if you're a member of a church or whatever, I mean, I think that it's crazy to think that you're not supposed to give money to this place that you go every week, sometimes multiple times a week. You know what I mean? They have to keep the lights on. Sometimes it's like dinners that they have. They paying a mortgage on the place. This is a meeting spot for people to come in and worship. It's a club, so it's a membership fee. You know what I mean? You have to give something, but I think that you shouldn't put a price on it. Like you shouldn't be like, you gotta get this much. Like everybody in the front get $20. You know what I mean? Like if everybody gonna give it, lock the doors, that's crazy. Like you gonna lock us in? What if I don't have $20 today? I'm what?
I guess you ain't got $20 a day. I guess you don't belong.
Well, it gave me cult kind of vibes, like Jim Jones kind of vibes, when they locked the doors and made the people drink the Kool-Aid.
Jim Jones?
Yeah.
That's what you thought?
Yeah, like drink this Kool-Aid, or you know, you're not leaving. You can't leave here. You know what I mean? So that was a little unnerving to me that you would, because I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people who go to church, some of them are the least of us. And what I mean by that is not that we're better than them, but some of those people they're praying for more. You know what I mean? They praying for wealth. They praying to, you know, enhance their lives. They might have $2 in their pocket. I've been to church with a couple dollars in my pocket. I'm stressed out when the offering come, like, oh, let me give them these $2.
Wow. Well, you know, so I did read that was at a convention, right? So most people who go to those conventions, I went there as a little boy. They know what it is when they attend these conventions. So you shouldn't be going to the convention with $2.
Well, what if they used all their money to pay to get to the convention, and they got the rest of their money they need to pay to get home?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I understand where you're coming from, though. It's kind of a bad look. I just, you know, and I don't know Marvin Sapp, don't know his heart. It's just the optics of it is really bad, and now it's viral. And
right. He should have just said, give what you can. If everybody give, if we all give something, we can raise this money. You know what I mean? Not you give 20 and y'all at home give 100. Like whose plan is this?
Church they've always done that. You know what I mean?
It's not cool though.
They raised that money though. They got that.
Did you read that they raised the money?
I think, yeah.
I mean, if I can't get out without paying $20, obviously I'm gonna pay it so I can get out of here. The doors is barred. You know what I mean? I might have needed that $20 to buy some diapers for my babies, but because you lock the doors and you making everybody be accountable, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's a whole different ball game.
I think if somebody wanted to leave, they wasn't gonna hold them in there.
So what, they was gonna make a scene like, let me out?
No, they just could have got up and walked to the door and like, I gotta go. So I don't think they would have held them hostage.
Do you think that people would have just got up like, I gotta go? Like, usually when you're in church and, they taking an offering, nobody just get up like, I gotta go or nothing like that. They might feel on the inside, what am I going to do? I don't have this money. Or here we go again. It's the third offering. Because why do they take so many offerings in a day? Like, this the third one I just gave too. I don't have anything else. Like, come on. How many offerings should a church have in one service?
I don't know the answer to that question, but like I said, it's bad optics. His heart might have been in the right place, but it looks bad. His heart,
it looked like it was in a greedy place, in a place of greed. Okay,
because you ain't gonna get a man no grace.
No, because I don't know how much the Saps have. Right, they might have a lot of money. I'm thinking they have quite a bit.
Yeah, they got some money.
Okay, so how much did he put in the offering?
He did reach in his pocket. Yeah,
$20. He should have gave more.
He should have gave
$500.
I think he gave $100 or something. I saw him reach in his pocket. He pulled out his little his money clip and peeled off like $100 or so. So I like Marvin Sapp. I like his music.
Obviously, you do, and you don't mind that he just aggressively begging for money at the church.
Well, I mean, people grown. They could have decided to not give that money.
I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, church is a club to me. This is my opinion. So if I'm opening the doors, I'm the pastor, and I'm opening these doors every week, multiple times a week for members to come in and worship. And, this is what they want to do. They want to praise the Lord. They want to, feel safe. They want to, celebrate, worship with other people. Then yes, you need to give so I can keep the doors open. I'm the pastor. I can't pay for it myself. A lot of pastors have jobs. Like, they have jobs outside of the church because they need to take care of their livelihood, the way they live. Right?
Right.
But these mega churches, these big giant mega churches, they got a board. They have tithes, paying members, like people literally paying 10% of their earnings every week. Every week they're giving, and that keeps the doors open. So when you have people coming in, like say it's guests or strangers on the street, they just need to come in and get a reprieve from whatever type of dysfunction or things that they've been dealing with, and now they came into this church looking for a hug or some kind of comfort. But they like, oh, you gonna have to pay to come in here.
Gotta pay that money.
you gotta pay, or you gonna get locked in. That was kind of crazy.
It is what it is. So hopefully Marvin Sapp survived this.
Yeah, because he got a lot of memes. He got a lot of memes going on right now. Like, if I send you this, just know. I saw one that said, if I send you this, it was a picture of him. If I send you this, just know you're not going nowhere till we settle this. And I thought that was funny. But so on another thing, sip on this. A little girl in Ohio. Kimani Lateague. She was missing. Her grandmother reported her missing. She came home, found the house in disarray, and her child, she called the school, she said, and the school was saying that she wasn't there, so they had a search, found a little girl in an abandoned house with her hands chopped off and her throat cut, and they were saying it looked as if the person was trying to cut off her head but couldn't do it, and she had been sexually assaulted.
And the suspect is supposedly her father.
Now the suspect is her father. Now they're saying it was the father who did it, but the grandmother, she was on a video and she said that the biological mother said he wasn't the real father. To me, they kind of favor. It's really no confirmation of if he's the real father or not. The grandmother just said she was told he wasn't. That's what the mama said, the biological mother said. But you know how sometimes women be like, this ain't your baby, and it is. Or, you know, who knows, because there's been no confirmation. But what was crazy to me was how the father came on the news. Like, he was recording and he was just saying how she called him and said she was afraid to be in the house alone.
Yeah, he joined the search party.
Yeah, and he looked so, you know, sincere, like it wasn't him. Like, nobody would have suspected that.
Yeah, that's a crazy story. I'm really curious to get some more of the backdrop. What happened? You know what I mean? Is this girl's father? Not that it matters because she's still dead. You know what I mean? But man, to cut her hands off and almost sever her head from her body. You know, who does that?
It's crazy because the grandmother was saying like he was around, like he loved her, like this is her dad. And then there was a video where this had been taken, I think in 2019, where he was saying, you know, he videoed himself saying that, you know, he's so basically stressed and he don't know why he thinks the way he does. It was like some type of mental.
So he a little touched.
Yeah. He was saying that it was basically a cry for help, like he needed some type of help. He didn't know why he had these feelings or the thoughts that go on in his mind, but he wasn't saying what they were, what type of thoughts that he had.
Well, I didn't see that video, but it sounds like he, you know, had some mental issues going on, and I guess, yeah, I mean, to kill your own child.
And he was with his cousin. It was him and his cousin.
When he killed,
he was
the girl?
he was with.
So
somebody.
the cousin was in on it as an accomplice. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's really crazy, and you know, Ohio, they have kids. It's like over 100 kids missing in Ohio every week. It's crazy. Yeah, I read that. Like, it's like they really have. It's always
missing
Ohio.
Kids.
Yes, it's Ohio is crazy. I believe it's like a lot of pedophiles or whatever that live in these neighborhoods, and it's sex trafficking. Ohio's off the hook.
That's why, you know, when you moved or live in a neighborhood, you know, I think it's a good practice to pull up that sex offenders list so you can see who live. Do you have any sexual predators living around you? So that way, if you do, you can keep an eye on your children and you can keep an eye on that predator. You can go on Google and pull it up, and you can search any zip code, any area for sexual predators that's living in the area. They'll give the address, where they live or they're supposed to live. There's a picture of that person, you know what I mean? It'll show you what type of crime they committed. You know, that's important that people do that. You need to know if you got predators in your neighborhood.
Right. And Kimani, she was 13 going on 14 years old. And obviously the grandmother worked nights or something.
So the grandma was raising her?
Yeah, she lived with the grandmother. I don't know if it was some type of foster situation, but she didn't live with her mother. She stayed with the grandmother. The grandmother had got handcuffed. Like she had, and it seemed as if the grandmother had something to do with it, but it came out that she asked to be handcuffed or something, or was a common practice to handcuff a person that they were transporting. So that information hasn't totally come out yet or unfolded yet of what the grandmother's involvement was. And then there were talkings of the man was the grandmother's boyfriend. It's all kind of stories that's floating around. Like, it wasn't the dad, it was the grandmother's boyfriend. We really don't have that information, if that's true or not, because there's so many stories circulating out here about, you know, what happened to Kimani. But at the end of the day, it's just real important to keep track of your kids. And I personally don't think, and I know everybody have these different type of situations, and you know, they have to go to work, but working nights when your kid is at home alone, leaving your kid at home throughout the night, coming home in the morning, the kid should be in school already. Like, there's no check-in process. That's very, you know, unnerving to me that she was left, you know, throughout the night, all night. And then, you know, now it's a major search for her. But she was, like I said, she was found in a burnt out, abandoned home. And all the residents or all around town, they got this big memorial for her where they have just balloons and teddy bears and everything around this abandoned house. But there was a post that I saw today, and it just hit home to me where, you know, somebody showed the house was all decked out in these balloons and bears and memorial, and somebody on the post said, I wish they had shown Kimani that much love when she was here.
Well, you know, that's what we do. We are reactive people. You know, stuff we know. Stuff is happening to kids all the time. Yeah. You know, but we go about our daily lives like, you know, everything's sweet, and then when something tragic happens like that, then it's all this outpouring of love and support with the balloons and the bears. And to your point, whoever wrote that post, I agree. Where was all this love? Right. When the girl was alive.
Right. She was barely being watched, obviously.
Right. Now everybody love. Everybody, you know, sorry and you know, that kind of thing. We such a reactionary people. It's crazy. Right. That's a whole nother subject.
Yeah. And what's up with all of these grandmothers raising kids? Like, I just think at the point of a grandmother, that person, she's raised kids already. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, y'all. Do better. Take care of your kids. Watch your kids. Don't have kids if you can't take care of them, support them, watch them, pay attention to them, love them, give them love. Because it's been crazy with these parents now. It's crashing out on their kids. They killing them. They letting their boyfriends or their girlfriends beat them and, you know, tying them up, chaining them to ladders. And it's all kind of craziness going on to our kids. Like, why are you having kids that you just don't want or don't love or can't take care of, can't support? There's so many ways to prevent pregnancy.
You know, I tell people all the time, you know, you've heard people say, a lot of black women will say, well, black women are the most unprotected in society, and I don't agree with that. Our children is the most unprotected, the most vulnerable, and they're the most unprotected. And, you know, to your point, we gotta do better in protecting our kids. Right. Putting them in, or raising them in safe environments, you know. This girl being found in an abandoned house with her hands cut off and her head almost severed. That's it's ridiculous. It really is. And I hope that whoever did it, if it's the father, the grandmother's boyfriend, I hope that they be held accountable. You know,
somebody soon. Gonna get him. Yeah. I mean, they arrested him. He's locked up. It's still saying suspect, but he's locked up. He's not out. So right now it's all fingers is pointing to him. So yeah, that was a very
It's crazy. Rest in peace to that baby. I sure hate that happened to her.
right. Yeah, Kimani Latique. Yeah, rest in peace to that baby. All right, we are back with lovely couple Ryan and Antoinette Gassaway, and they are going to drop a few nuggets on us to let us know how their marriage is continuing to be strong and vibrant after all of these years. Welcome to the show, guys. How are you doing tonight?
Good. We're doing great.
Good. So I know that you guys have thriving careers, and you are a financial...
So I'm a co-founder of Belong Lending. So I'm a mortgage broker.
Okay.
I'm a mortgage company, one of the co-founders. We're located right here in Detroit, right on Woodward.
Okay.
Been in the industry for over a decade now. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And what do you do there? What is your job? Like, how do you help people?
Yeah. So basically, with us owning the company, obviously I have a team, so we're helping our team grow and develop and gain realtor partnerships and clients. But what I do is, as a mortgage broker, I actually help people purchase real estate.
Right.
So whether they're purchasing, a home or refinancing their home, we can help them out with that. We also help out with commercial properties as well, too. So.
Okay, good. And what about yourself, Ryan?
Yeah, so I actually spent a lot of my adult years in the mortgage industry as well. But recently I did, make a change. So probably about, I want to say 3 years ago, I switched over into wealth management. So I'm a wealth advisor now.
Okay.
And I run my own financial planning practice and essentially help people with their retirement accounts and, setting themselves up for distribution during retirement, showing them what it means to pass down generational wealth, how to pass it down smoothly, efficiently, and effective, all that good stuff. Is pretty much what I do now. So,
okay, does that keep you guys pretty busy?
Oh, of course. Oh my gosh. Like literally sometimes when I'm in the car driving, I bring my laptop everywhere. It's like I can't go anywhere without my laptop. So I'm like working in the car sometimes, or even when I pick up the kids sometimes, I'm like pulling out the laptop in the parking lot. So keeps me very busy.
Yeah, and like sometimes even like we'll just be in traffic, she'll just, pull that laptop out. I feel like her chauffeur or her driver sometimes.
So I was going to ask, like, are you guys, I know you have separate things that you do, but since you have been in the mortgage business as well, do you guys collaborate on the business? Because how is the work just on the relationship? How heavy is the work on the relationship?
Yeah, so as far as the collaboration portion of it, like I love the fact that he's been in my industry, so he understands the language that I speak.
Right.
It's really nice because a lot of times, other married couples, they might not even be in the same industry or be like, with him being in finance, me being on mortgage broker side, like we can truly like fuse those together. So he like understands me on a business standpoint.
Right.
So like we really do collaborate on that portion. I don't know if you want to talk about.
Yeah, it's a lot of natural synergies, when it comes to finance as far as wealth management, and then also as far as like, the mortgage side of things. And so there's a lot of collaborations. If I'm speaking to a client, one of the things I ask is, hey, what's some of the things you would like to accomplish over the next 3 years? And if they tell me buy a home, then I make an introduction to my wife, right? And so it's a lot of natural synergy and a lot of collaborative work just from doing everyday business. And then, obviously bouncing ideas off of each other and helping each other sharpen their approach and, just really her being a woman offering a different perspective on how I should speak to someone or handle a situation or, and vice versa. So yeah, it's been great collaborative work.
Yeah.
Did y'all meet in the mortgage business? Who was in the mortgage business first?
We actually started literally at the same time.
At the same time.
Really?
Yeah, it was like May of 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we started, it was called Quick Loans back then. Now, it's Rocket Mortgage, but yeah.
So you guys were together and decided we gonna go into this mortgage business, or
No, we met.
that's where y'all met?
We
Okay.
met at work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so funny story about that. So like when I first got to Quicken Loans, obviously I saw her. She was very prestigious and just seemed like she was way out my league. So I didn't even think to approach her, at some point. And one of her good homegirls actually was like, "Yeah, I want to introduce you to my friend Antoinette." And I'm like, "Oh, Antoinette, like this is somebody I've always wanted to meet." So
you was
great.
ready.
Yeah, I'm like, I bet, like cool.
Right.
Like I'm getting a golden ticket. Her friend introduced me. It's like
Right.
a warm transfer.
Slid you right on in there.
Like so she ended up introducing me, and I thought to myself at that point, like, this is somebody I could see myself talking to, at least like, building something with, just from like her stature, the way she carried herself, how she spoke, and all of those sort of things, so
And before, like, he didn't really slide in the DMs, but he was leaving me sticky notes on my desk.
Oh, that's cute.
I was gonna get to that. So almost for like an entire year, I would say like 7 months.
He was behind the corner already looking.
Yeah,
like,
I was leaving her sticky notes, words of affirmation. You're beautiful. Hey, you're strong. You're intelligent. Hey, you got this. Like every single day, and I'm thinking that she taking these and just throwing them away. And then one day we at work, and I look over at her binder, and I see every last sticky note I done gave her. I said, "Oh, I'm in it.
I'm in there."
Right, because I would be like, it's good that you were receiving them
Yeah.
because, these days you might see a sticky note on your desk and be like, what's
Right.
going on here? But you guys obviously already clicked and didn't even know it yet.
No, truly. So even before the sticky notes, right? He sent me a message, like an IM message at work, like you're better than what you think you are, as far as like on a professional business side. And that was the first time I actually had any man tell me like to believe in yourself and like
Right.
your abilities. So at first I'm like, okay, he must have planted those seeds of inception at that point. But I kept that in my head, like, wow. And then I really went home and like thought about it. And when he wrote me that, I didn't even say nothing to him. I just turned around because he used to sit right behind me. And I just looked at him and turned around like, okay. Like,
Did you smile?
I did. But I was also thrown off because like my girl did introduce him to me, but I always looked at it as like a friend thing at the time, And then when he wrote that, it made me start thinking like, oh, okay. Like I like
That might
that.
be my bud.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
So, first date, when did you get up the nerve to ask her out on that first date?
It was really like an organic thing, man. Really, it truthfully was. It was not like a first date thing. It was like, hey, I'm staying after work a little bit to work on these things. Like, do you mind helping me out, right? Like, and that was that was the extra time that we spent together, was like work first, and then it grew into like, me walking her to the car, like making sure she got to her car safely after work. And then it grew into like, hey, let's go get a bite to eat here.
So you
like,
was the work
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Did you really need her help? Like, seriously, did you really need her help after work? Or you was like, let me ask her for help so she can stay here with me?
I mean, I honestly think like, a little bit of both, right? Like I definitely could use the help because I'm not perfect and everybody can, get better, right? Like, so I definitely could use it, but like at the same time, I could have asked my leader or somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't even mention that he actually, so at the time you got to like choose people to be on your team, and he became like a captain, right? And he got the first pick. Mind you, there were people that probably had like better production at that time, because I was just starting off, right? And he got first choice, and that was like a big deal if you got to choose first. And typically you're going to choose like the top producer.
Right. Yeah.
He chose me, and I guess everybody's looking at him like,
No, you
like, I see what you on. Like, so he put me on his team actually first. Yeah.
And if he was a captain, though, obviously you were doing well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the best things in a relationship is to help each other step up a little bit. So
Exactly. And you got to choose a seating arrangement, right?
Yeah, you said it
He
right
sat
next
me
to
right
me.
next. He sat me right next to him. So yeah, he was
No
always kept the eye on me.
right.
No games.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is so cool.
Yeah.
No,
that's cool.
they were looking at me. So there was like 2 or 3 guys in there definitely I shouldn't have overlooked, but look at like if you look in hindsight, right? Like think about like an NBA GM manager or somebody that had a draft pick and they saw something in someone that nobody else could, right? Like not like the Pistons did with Darko Milicic, but like think about you see this potential in someone before anybody else. So that's kind of what she's an owner now. A lot of those people I picked her over, they. You know what I'm saying? Like,
industry,
yeah, they still in the industry, but they not owners. You know what I'm saying? So like, I did see something that her legit nobody else did.
And he really helped me like see myself in that way, because even when I was in that space, working for Quicken Loans, I did become like the #1 mortgage banker in my division and all of that while I was there. So he like honestly, like I hate to say this, but also I love to say this at the same time. I didn't have that confidence in my abilities in business at that point, but he really made me be like, oh, let me see me, like let me see what he's seeing. So yeah,
I appreciate that.
It worked out because now you guys are a partnership. It's a whole team of financial literacy, wealth, mortgage broking. You guys, like you say, you talk the same language.
Exactly.
So I heard you guys say pick the kids up. So you guys have kids. How many children you have? 3 kids.
Yes.
Busy.
Yeah.
Busy.
Very busy. Very busy.
How old are they, if you don't mind us asking?
Yeah, we have an 11-year-old, 7-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you guys have an extensive work life and obviously extensive home life with the kids, and we were talking before we started the show about how this would be considered a date night. But how are you guys handling date nights? How are you able to spend the quality time with each other outside of work and the kids?
Yeah, I feel like that can be sometimes a little bit of a challenge, right? Yeah. But we do fit it in. But I'm sure we would want to like fit it in like more, but I feel like we do a great job with that. We at least try to do at least one date night. We want to get to like at least 2 a month.
Oh, a month.
Yeah, but now we're doing a lot of collaboration as far as like not networking and stuff. But also that's not like you want to still have like the romance, like where you go on dates. So finding that time, and also it takes a village, right? So thank God for my in-laws. Like they have the kids right now. So very, very grateful for them, because my mom, she's like all the way in California. So I don't have, that. Then my sisters, they got kids too. So they're trying to find somebody to watch their kids as well.
On Saturday.
Yes, but we do try to commit to at least like one. Then we do have like time at night where we like put the kids to bed and just like kick it and hang out.
Yeah, we try to make sure like there's like a time frame from like 5 to 7 after work that we want to make sure we dedicate to our children and homework and home, right? And so when we are within that time frame, no clients, no calls, no work stuff, no friends, none of that stuff. It's like we focusing on our legacy, our family, ourselves from 5 to 7 p.m. So we try to do that every single day, and that helps us like keep balance with the kids and like the things that we're doing. Obviously, it's not all perfect, right? Like you're gonna have time where I don't want people to think that we're some perfect and we got it all figured out. Like we have systems in place, and those systems really help us when we need them. But it's still a work in progress, right? Like every single day, so it's always evolving.
Well, that 11-year-old gonna be ready in a minute.
Yeah, that's what we
waiting on. I'm like,
like,
dang, get these kids. Cause like everybody's always like, you guys got like little kids, but thank God I'm like, okay, we got like a middle schooler. You know what I mean? Like we're not trying to put too much on her plate, but it is nice to have some help, and she's been stepping up though. So
double-edged sword.
Yeah, like helping out around the house. Like as far as me, being a business owner and then coming home, like I said, I always got my laptop. I'm always working. I need somebody to help out, like dishes and the chores and stuff like that. So her growing up has definitely been a great help. Not that I'm trying to rush them, but
So one of the things that we find when you have a family and a busy schedule is the cooking, the eating part, right?
Right.
So, are you guys doing a lot of cooking? Are you eating out a lot?
Man.
Man, I would say, honestly, it's about like 60-30. 60, and I'm doing the cooking.
We still got 10% left.
So
I said 60-30, we got 30. No, he don't.
Okay.
Yeah, no. So like I don't cook at all. Maybe breakfast once or twice a month. And I always, like, one of my New Year resolutions every year for the last 3 years been to learn how to cook. And I still ain't been able to get that down yet. But I have been getting better, like doing more things. But what you always tell me, I can make the hell out of a ramen.
Yeah. Listen, let me tell you, he made a bomb ramen.
Okay.
Like, I've never seen somebody, like, we had a garden 2 years ago. Like, we had like a really decent garden. We had some peppers in there. And, you know, we were, like, all proud of our garden. Ryan, he like, let me throw these peppers in my ramen.
Right.
And he was making them all spicy, throwing in cheese. Like, he'll really dress up. He'll make a hell of a ramen. But anything else, no.
Right.
No, yeah. No, that's me.
Oh, man.
Right. So 60%.
60% I'm cooking.
Okay.
And then 30% we are ordering out or something like that.
And then 10%, it's another 10% in there. 60
Yeah.
and 30 is 90, so we got 10. What you said another 10 is?
Eating ramen, no, I'm kidding.
As long as it's something. Because when we're talking, like, we just literally spent almost $500 last month on carry out.
Yeah.
Because,
That's
you know, it's busy. So
Yeah.
nobody have time. And we both cook.
Wow.
And we still spent $500
That's-
on fast food, takeout, just trying to, and you guys have 5 people in the house, and it's the same.
expensive.
It's very
DoorDash, you know.
Well, one thing we did change up recently that I think is helped up. Like, she won't go to the grocery store at all no more. I'll go get the groceries. I'll bring them in. I'll pack them in. Like, I try to make sure I do something, like, with the food, like,
Right, yeah.
you know, because she working and running a business and got clients and then cooking and then, you know, loving on me and loving on the kids
Right.
and cleaning the house and, you know, like 100,000 things. So I'm
Right.
like, shit, let me figure out where I can help out at. And I'm like, I can at least go grab some damn groceries.
Right.
Like,
Right.
And honestly, that's been a game changer. Like, for real. Because I'm like, wait a second. I'm getting the groceries. Now he'll come get out the car and pack the fridge.
right.
But then it's like, I got to wash the dishes and then cook. We gotta.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a game changer
Right.
Yeah.
in the systems, like we was talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good. Like, cooking is fun too. So
Yeah, I
maybe
like it. I just
date
can't do
nights
it.
can be cooking. You know what I mean? Since
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
not
you
doing
know
nothing
what?
else.
We've been
There you go.
trying to book like a
That's a good
cooking class.
We actually did book a cooking class with your homegirl, remember?
Oh yeah, we did that. Yeah. So my friend, she's a chef, and she came and had like a whole cooking experience, and we cooked like Ethiopian food. But we probably need to cook
Yeah,
like,
like
something
that
that you
sounds
eat
good.
off.
Yeah, but you can't start me off, a brother off at Ethiopian.
Right,
food. Like,
you need
can't
to
know,
do
right?
that.
pick up some greens or something.
Try some chicken.
Like,
Yeah.
can we get some easy
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah, that's
going
what I'm saying. You
first?
gotta
Like,
take like a basic cooking
Right,
class.
because
Like,
y'all not gonna be
She
eating
jumped, yeah, I
Ethiopian
jumped
pasta.
straight in the deep end with it. Like, yeah, we about to have the cheddar bread. We about to have.
Right.
I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. It's good though.
And
Yeah.
it was fun, right?
oh, we had so much fun, and it was like really cute to see him like cutting up
Oh, she was laughing.
the food and stuff, and he like, do I hold the knife like this? I'm like, my God. But
Right.
one day, right?
Well, since
Yeah.
we met you guys today and you guys are on the show, maybe you can invite us to a cooking class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd be
We
in
love
for
that. But what I wanted to know is, how did you guys know, and this question is for both of you, how did you guys know, like, this is my person? Like, even after, you know, he invited you on to be on the team, how did you know this is gonna be my husband?
Ooh, that is okay. You know, for me, I think when I started really thinking, like I said, at first I wasn't even thinking like that at all. But really after those notes, I'm like, man, I never had a man give me like words of affirmation like that, and really like see me and believe in me. And honestly, he made me really believe in myself. But then I think it was like, there's a safe exam that you have to take to get your license. And before I took it, because I failed it the first time. And so I was like, okay, I gotta pass it this time, you know. And he literally called me. I think it was you sent me a text the morning of, and he was just like, just see yourself passing it, you know, and just see yourself, like, just envision that. And just having a man that really speaks to you in that way and really sees you, and he's not just looking at like outer appearances, you know, like physical things. That's when I knew, like, dang, this could really be my husband. And then I feel like during those times when we kicked it after work, we like really bonded. Like, I felt like I had already knew him. I literally told him, like, dang, I feel like I've known you for years. Like, if we had like realities and lifetimes, his spirit, I just felt like I knew.
Yeah, we know each other's spirit.
Especially when we start spending those times.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I would say for me, It was more so like we live in this very like this society where women, they expect like men to have like all these nice things and this money and all of this yada yada yada. And really all I needed for her was ambition and a clear mind and direction, right? And when I noticed that that's all I needed for her, I was like, okay, I will put it all on the line for her. Right?
So you didn't even know she could cook yet.
I didn't even know she could cook. No, I ain't know. And then you know what? I just wanted somebody that loved me for me, right? Like in who I was, like not some because I make 100,000 or because I drive this car or because my crib is this big. Like I didn't want that to be a thing. And it was clear as day that it wasn't that for when I met Antoinette, and I exposed her to myself and what I had going on. And I think she actually saw something in me before I saw it in myself, while she talking about how I saw that in her. Mm-hmm. I think you saw something in me too, because I really, all I had was, like I said, a ambition and a strong heart and a strong mind, you know what I mean? And you was like, that's enough. So.
Yeah, and it's so, you hit it on the nose, because I always thought in my head, like, now, even when you're growing up, going through college, and you go through all these relationships, it's always like, man, if I could find a man with just that ambition and drive, because I've always had that in me through college. And it's so funny, like, I didn't know him in college, but when we share, like, who we were and our friends talk about who we were, I'm like, wow, we were like on the same tip the whole time, like very driven. So if you find somebody aligned with what you want in life and how you are, structured, like it just, matches up together.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys met in 2015, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you get married?
So we got married in December 2nd, 2023.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's you guys are kind of still on the honeymoon.
Yeah.
But you've been together for a while, so it's kind of that 7-year itch is over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all experience the 7-year itch?
Yeah. That's a good question.
It's
like if you make it 7 years, then that you supposed to end up being together forever. Like, because people go through their most rough patches.
We did. We went through. It wasn't like
cookie
steady like 10 years. Like we were like on and we had an off period and got back together, but consistently back on again for 7, 8, basically. Yeah. We had a little drop off period, but I don't think
I would say all together about 10, but
10,
but like consistently probably about like 7, 8 like that, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we did have a little rocky stage for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a lot of things that I wasn't a man. In a lot of situations I just wasn't a man, and I'm gonna call it out, right? Like. Men know what they want. They take care of what they need, and we act in a way that's going benefit all the people we love around us, right? Like that's what men do. That's what my father did. That's what my grandfather did. Like, and that's what I do now. So, but at that time, it was like during those times, it was like, yeah, I love you, but I still, I want to go to this club, or I want to do, you know what I'm saying? It was still a little bit of that. So. It's just, I had to grow out of that, get out of that. She was well beyond my years. Like, she was ready. I always tell her, her mama come from like 1800s or something, because she has like these mannerisms and these characteristics that you see men and women struggle with, that she just naturally gives me, right? Like, just naturally. Like, and I don't ask for them or nothing. It's just a part of who she is, right? And so, I love that about her, and, I think that is a bigger, a benefit or a bigger picture than when you look at those off years. You look at everything overall. So that's kind of how we maneuver on from.
So what I hear you saying is that there was a period of time where you needed to find yourself.
Basically,
right?
Yeah.
And while he was finding himself, did you recognize that he needs to find himself?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And I'm a person, too, I guess. Yeah, I feel like women have egos too. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, go find yourself. Like, I'm not a person that's going to sit around and be like, Right. I definitely still have all the feels and all the love, but I'm like, I'm going to give you that space to go, find yourself. And then I'm going to center myself over here.
Yeah, she didn't like, it was crazy. Like, I didn't hear from her.
Yeah,
She didn't text me.
That's me.
She didn't call me.
I don't.
Just radio
I
silence.
forget you.
So
I'm a tourist.
And it was like, and I was like, and it was like a moment where I'm like, damn. Like, you ain't gonna check on me or nothing?
Right. So did you forget though, or did you just wait quietly
that's
in
my
the background?
That's just who I am. I have a lot of, you got a lot of respect for yourself.
Right.
And so, and also we were very young. I mean,
Right.
At that time we're in our 20s and stuff.
Something like that,
so I was like, okay, great. I guess that's like just my personality. Probably just the
what I'm
tourism,
asking is, when you did go radio silent and you were giving him space, were you still waiting? Like, did you know that you were going to accept him back, or think he would come back?
Honestly, I did not know. And I as a woman, I did not like focus on that because I can't control anybody but myself at that time. So honestly, I went in and found myself and got comfortable with just me, and I didn't focus on like him coming back or the next person, because I'm like, I need this time to center myself. I was really in church like Wednesday and Sunday and Wednesday and Sunday, like doing 2 times a week. Of course, I like really wanted him, but also I'm just not somebody that's gonna like reach out. So I just kind of like went within, I guess, myself too. Yeah.
So how did you guys get back together after that time?
Dang, it was really at a Christmas party.
At a Christmas party. It was at a Christmas party.
And you guys didn't know you were coming, both?
No, we did.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we didn't like plan. Like, I didn't know what time she was gonna be there or none of that stuff. Or it was just like a company Christmas party, and we both was there. And then I think she might have said something like, I ain't gonna tell you exactly what she said, but it was basically like, why we still here? And I'm like, shit, I don't know why we still here. And we just left, and like literally after that day, like, we ain't never looked back. And that was like, that was a minute. That was like 8 years ago.
That's 8 years.
So y'all became a couple again at the Christmas party.
Together.
I'm tired of being without you.
No, for real. It was just like, what are we doing?
Let's just.
It was that conversation. What are we doing? Like, come on, get it out.
It's like, come on, you love me, I love you. Like, let's stop playing.
Cut it out.
Right. Let's.
She must have been fanned in a mug at that Christmas party.
It was.
You like, quit playing. I'm sorry. Let's get back together.
Yeah.
She definitely was looking top notch, always. So, but I think it was more so like me just missing you overall, though, than more than how you looked that night. To be 100, you was looking beautiful always, like as always. But like, I was just like, man, I really missed that person that used to console me and like, make me feel good about myself, and somebody I could always go to and talk to about the deepest and darkest things in my brain, or some of the, the things that I was feeling vulnerable about. Like, I could go and talk to her about it. I noticed like a lot of men talk about not having that space. It's like, man, I got that space with my woman, my lady. Like, that's the space I go to with for that, right? So, I felt I missed that a lot, and and everything else that we had. So. Yeah. You
mentioned that your mom lives in California.
Yeah.
Is your family in California?
Oh, no. My family's from here.
Okay.
From Detroit, but she ended up moving to California because my sister's in the Navy. And so my sister's like in Japan on a ship right now. Like, dealing with all the
Navy.
stuff, all the things, And so my mom is actually looking over my 2 nephews, because my sister owns a home in California. So she just like holding it down there. But I'm very close to my mother. She just moved, like, I think it's been like 2.5, 3 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how are you guys with in-laws? I mean, they might not see the show, but how are you guys like with the in-laws? Are they intrusive, or
her mama can't do no wrong? Her mama can't do no wrong. Her mama can't do no wrong. She be calling her, did you fix Ryan's plate yet?
Okay.
Yeah, my mom is wild. Like, she trying to make sure, like,
She
keep
love
him.
her.
Don't lose
I
him.
be cracking up, but like that's
She your advocate.
Yeah, advocate.
for
Yeah.
real. My
But
mama
that's that
really is.
1800 stuff I was telling you all about. Like, I feel like she from the 1800s for real. Her mom, like, she be like on her about all of the little things that women used to do way back then for their husbands. She like, did you do this? Did you take his suits to the cleaner?
She got an accountability
No,
person.
seriously. She'll call me every night, like, what y'all cook? What you eating for dinner tonight? What you cooking? And girl, it's 5 o'clock and you start cooking dinner. It's like, girl,
Right.
like, geez, she really making sure I lose
five
my
clients today.
like, right. She really making sure, like, do not lose your husband, girl. Like, do all the things. And I actually have a bonus mom and a dad. So, and I had my stepdad had passed away about 2 years ago. But they all really, really like.
Yeah, I don't have no issues with her parents or her people. I was actually kind of weirded out when I first met them because they were so nice. Like I was like, something ain't right here. You know why? You know this is way too nice. You know what I'm saying? Like you go into a situation it's too good to be true, and you just looking for something. Like when the cat coming out the bag? What's happening next? Right? Like just waiting for it, and it never happened. Like they just were genuine people, and they welcomed me in like I was their own, and I just couldn't believe it. It blew my mind. I come from a blended family. I got 12 siblings, and I kind of saw that. I saw the differences, like with the blood, full blood, and not full blood. Like, and I saw a lot of that. So, like, just being in front of that and seeing that as a kid, you don't realize that it's actually out there, and then seeing it in the exact opposite with her family really opened up a whole new world of love for me.
Because we have a blended family with the kids. We have all the kids like full time, but we have a blended family. So
yeah, my oldest. So yeah, our oldest daughter is from my previous relationship.
The 11-year-old.
Yep, the 11-year-old. Yep, and then the 7 and 3-year-old we had together.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, but it all works out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any issues with? How is it with people in your business? Do you guys have any issues with that, like people in your business or any negative type of influences that you gotta push out of there?
Man, one thing I will say about Antoinette that I wish a lot of people would do, even men and women, like she do not tell our business. Like she just don't tell our business. You would think like you ain't say nothing to your friends about this? Like nothing? They don't know nothing about this? I be dumbfounded sometimes. I be telling more than, I'm like, damn, I said something before you did. So like, it's like, I really feel like that's the secret sauce in our relationship. Like, people watching this at home, like you got to keep yourself inside of your relationship, inside of your marriage, in your home. Like she does an exceptional job at that, man. And I cannot, thank her enough. Because it's been some times where we had to fight and go through all of this stuff, argue, like do whatever we had to do to get to where we are. And she didn't tell none of her own girls, she didn't tell her people, none of that stuff, and vice versa, right? Like I didn't tell many people anything at all, like so it was like we kept everything inside, and still today. So no, we don't have an issue with that, but yes, there are people that always try to pry and get inside, but we just we got that magical barrier, that blessing, that anointness over our marriage and like over our house, that covenant, and it really protects us from all of that.
Yeah, because I don't really like, once you start sharing and stuff like that, right, then they'll just jump to conclusions in their head or think something is something that's consistent or whatever the case may be. And I just I can't tolerate like silly stuff.
Or just want to keep being those.
And then that's going to get on my nerves. I don't like any of that type of business. It's so negative,
Right. Just kind of trying to just get in there after you share a little bit. It's like, well, what's going on with this today?
Yeah, like, I mean, of course, as a human being, like, you have outlets, but I don't go deep, like, telling my relationship business.
What about your mom? Do you talk to your mom?
I do talk to my mom about things, and she gives great feedback. And plus, with her being, a woman, she's
from
like,
the 1800s.
From the 1800s. I guess in Ryan's eyes, she's like, I don't know, 200 now or something. But she's like, my mom is like 65, 66 or whatever. So she has a lot of wisdom, a lot of experiences. So she'll share some things. And some stuff is so funny. Like, you'll talk to other, like, women or my mom or even my friends. It's like, it's the same stuff that everybody deals with. And she's like, okay, yeah, that ain't nothing, So...
That's good.
Do you guys believe in gender roles?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, we both do.
Yeah.
I feel like
we just got a question.
Yeah, I feel like to a certain extent, right? Because then things switch up and change and stuff. But I feel like the baseline, I guess, and how I was raised, like I was raised in a Christian household. The man is the head of the house, and there's a certain structure how things flow. So
yeah, I think it's we literally got asked this question at a event the other day, and I kind of gave an answer. People really appreciate it, but to sum it up, it's something that always evolves. It's constantly changing. And to give an example, and I said this the other day, 5 or 6 years ago, maybe 7 now, I told my wife, hey, leave corporate America, go do what you love, and let's build something that you love and that you dream, that you want. And, we did that. And she's an owner of a mortgage company. And, fast forward, 5, 6 years to, 2-3 years ago, I was able to leave corporate America and do what I always wanted to do, which was wealth management. And during that transition, I had to take care of the kids more, sometimes pick them up from school, sometimes while I'm studying, getting my licenses and things like that. So the roles switched a little bit. They did. Right. And so yeah, it's like something that's constantly evolving. And as long as, you comfortable in your skin and comfortable in your relationship, it don't matter what you're doing. You helping each other, y'all growing, y'all building something bigger than a gender role. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bigger than a gender role. You feel me? So yeah.
Right.
I think we need to know, like, just for the people that's watching, in these gender roles, what are your chores?
Oh, the typical, right? So you clearly heard that I'm cooking.
That you cook, yeah.
And I'm cleaning.
All right, and he put up the groceries.
He put up the groceries.
I go get them too.
He go get them now, and he takes out the trash. But with the kids, like, he's great. Now that's one thing, because I'll hear from like other moms or girlfriends, like wow, Ryan is he's very hands-on with the kids. So it's not like that, where's all the pressure's on me. Like, he's very hands-on with that. But I guess as far as like chores, trash, lawn,
outside stuff.
I was about to say trash.
Outside stuff. I'm doing all the inside stuff. Trash.
Outside work is heavy, and inside work is heavy too. So it's like, yeah,
definitely.
I get it. So, but I know that I'm curious to know, and a lot of people are curious to know. I know you guys follow social media. It's a big outrage about this 50-50 thing, right?
Okay, yeah.
So as far as that goes with 50-50, or who's doing the majority, or do you guys believe in 50-50, or how's that go to finances?
Well, I mean, I'm a wealth advisor, and I understand the way budgets work. So the people on social media can kick rocks, right? Like the budget works best when everybody is contributing, and we're we're single. Like, we have one account together that we share, right? Like our finances are in there. We pay bills out of one account. Like, we are in this together. We're building something we're going to pass to our predecessors, our children, our grandchildren, right? Like, with the Gassaway name, like, that's what we thinking of. We ain't like, oh, did you pay that? Like, I paid it this time, you paid. Like, we don't really get into that tit for tat stuff. Obviously there's gonna be times where Antoinette may make more than I make, and there's gonna be times where, because money fluctuates and industries fluctuate, and you can't rely on that. You just got to work as a team and collaborate together. So
that's good advice.
It's just, I feel like too, like, I'll see online, but it's like when you go out to dinner, you're married. Like, I'm okay with, like, let me treat my man, like, whatever, Right.
I mean, if it's one account, nobody really paying for dinner with each other. We both paying for dinner, so So, but people get all in their feelings about what the man should be doing, what the woman should be doing, and I like that.
They're very caught up
talking about. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy, the expectations, how high they are. Like, what are you bringing to the table? I mean, as far as what,
right?
I'm not sure if you guys saw our Pop the Balloon segment, but there was one episode we did where the lady was saying, how are you going to enhance my life is the question. You know what I mean? So I thought that was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
and she's not thinking like what she can bring to his life.
So he asked outside of cooking and cleaning, that kind of stuff, what can you do to enhance my life? And she said the question is, what can you do to enhance mine?
Okay.
Right.
So she's like, I come with nothing and deal with it.
Yes,
I come with being free, and that's it. But you can't, and I feel like that's a big thing right now. Like, it's great, you're gorgeous, and that's beautiful, right? But like, we are deeper than like our outer appearance. We're spirit. So like, what can you bring to the table? Don't have to be money. It could be like, I can be an opening ear. I can be a shoulder to lean on. I can be your confidant. Like, don't just like you coming and being bad. Like,
I'm
okay,
cute.
thanks. It's a lot of cute women out here.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's like their main.
You know, if you leaning on that, you're gonna get beat out because he can go find the next baddie or cutie or whatever they're in.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
You guys have love languages?
Yes.
You do? Mm.
Yeah. Do you?
Mr. Gassaway, what's your
barely
love
know,
language?
like-
I'm just thinking about it when he was saying it. That's what I got my love language is acts of what is it? Acts of just action, right? Acts of service. There we go. So acts of service. So I like to see people do things. Like, I like to see action. I don't really care about your words that much, right? Because, and the reason why is because I got a great mouthpiece on me. I'm in sales. So like, I don't care about what you're saying. Show me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's always been big for me. I probably could tell you hers, but I'm gonna let you.
Oh, what's mine? I just wanna.
Oh, see, you did that, like, and now you gotta come with.
Well, yeah, I ain't worried. She got a few, you know, love languages. She's, you know, the what is it? Touch.
Yeah.
Touch is one of
I was
them.
about to say. I ain't even changing it. I'm literally I got two of them in my head. Touch was definitely one of them.
Yeah, you and words of affirmation.
Boom. Yeah. Because I clearly told y'all that.
Right.
Yeah, like
That's literally.
Yeah, I ain't worried.
But now you saying you got a mouthpiece. No, I'm kidding.
So as far as what he
Oh,
said, do you feel like he have more than the acts of service love language? Do you know what else he likes?
Definitely acts of service. I feel like is major because he really like. Obviously, we got a blended family, so but we have all three of the kids like Monday through Friday, all three. So I feel like that was a big thing in our relationship growing. Just him seeing me like love my bonus daughter and love because I was a bonus baby too. So it's so easy for me to love. Like I didn't grow up like he was saying like you're step kid, and I don't even like using that step. Word. So I feel like me showing that love. So definitely acts of service. I feel like yours is touch though too.
That's funny. He's like, oh yeah.
Definitely, I feel like that's like up there.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
I think asking a question about that is not too heavy prying, but with the busyness and on raising the kids, how are you guys with the romance, with the, you know, intimacy? Is that popping? Is it slow? You know what I mean? How can you keep up with
I'll
that?
say like we be trying to compare it to when we was like 22, 23. And you know,
or even when we just had two instead of three.
Yeah, even right, exactly. Like so, that was like not even 3 years ago.
Right,
but,
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, it's great. We get it in when we can, and you know, we sneaky. I'm a maestro. You know, at this. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll find the times to make it work. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
You know, it ain't bad.
It's good.
It ain't bad.
We're good. Yeah.
It ain't
For
bad.
sure.
I don't want to give too much detail.
Right.
Change
I mean, because I
HBO Max show or
we
some shit.
solid.
Because my next question was going to be a little heavy because I said, you know, we're not going to ask y'all too much personal stuff.
Right.
But, I mean,
Right.
you guys are
In
married.
relationship.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
we're married, and so you can do what you want.
Because I really want to expand on that sneaky thing. He said,
Yeah.
I'm sneaky. So,
Yeah.
I mean, what, can you unpack that? I mean, is it like, we at the mall right quick, let's hop in this dressing room? Or is it like sneaky, the
no.
kids is asleep, let's go to the
We got
laundry room?
businesses and stuff like
Right.
now. We can't be like popping dressing rooms and stuff. Definitely not that.
No, and also too, we try to make sure we
Look, I'm
vacation.
warming up.
Right. She's
Yeah.
like, let me get a fan over here.
But as far as like getting away from the
like while we're in the like I said, we got specific times and systems in place. So like I don't see a kid downstairs past like 9 o'clock. They don't exist.
Right.
I don't know where they go, but they not downstairs.
Right.
They disappear. So like, you know, I'm like, all right, this is my zone. We in the zone now, right? Like, she know if the kid's gone, I'm like a lion in the jungle, right? Like, she, you know, I'm in the grass blades waiting. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Seriously. Yeah, no, for real.
and you better not be in no pajamas, right? Like,
Right?
Not after 9.
Yeah, seriously. Or if the kids like walk away or go somewhere, he's like always. That's why I said like definitely touches your love language.
Right.
But he's so right. He definitely is like a like a hunter. Or something.
ready to pounce.
Yeah, he knew where the kids are away. Yeah.
Right.
Yep, and we got like sound machines in their room and shit, like up loud and shit. Got the birds chirping, the rivers flowing, all that.
Right.
You know, they can't hear nothing out there.
So this how they sleep. They get good sleep. You okay?
Yeah, they ain't hearing nothing that's going on out there.
I cannot deal with him.
That's funny, but I mean, as far as that goes, because I know we already established your mom is from the 1800s.
Yeah.
Have your mother giving you any advice
No.
on that? Like, no. Because I was trying to get some advice from your 1800 mama on that. That's why I asked that question. Like, what advice is your mother giving you about intimacy?
No, I mean, she's definitely like shared some things about her where I'm like, okay, like I didn't need to know that. But no, I never would. Just because my mom is like conservative in that way. So I would never share like with her.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah.
Because you might get some good advice. Like,
I have 5
you
sisters.
Really don't
I have a lot of sisters. I have like 5 sisters.
And she basically is only one under.
Yeah, I have one younger sister underneath me. So me and my sisters definitely share. You know, it's fun to talk like that. You know, but.
Right. So do you appreciate that, the advice that she's getting from her sisters?
And I don't want to give too much more, but I'll say this and then we gotta leave it alone. All right? So my wife is really great at like role playing and like just changing her.
You talking about how you want to you?
I didn't get too much. Like, look,
Okay.
like she'll be my nurse. She'll be, my stripper. She'll be like, my office wife. Like, whoever I need her to be, she gonna be, Like, and I
have given that advice. I feel like I'm giving advice, to be honest with people. I'm the person that gives advice. But yeah, I definitely am different people.
Yep. So
that gets it fine.
And
I'll change characters real quick.
Change her hair up, all types of stuff, like, So yeah, I think that helps out a lot. It makes it
really
feel
does.
new, vibrant, spicy.
Right.
Like, it's I don't know. It's just like you're putting effort into it.
That's the best advice probably to give a married couple or any couple if you lead into marriage or whatever case. Like role play, like be different characters. It's fun.
That's awesome advice.
Yes, definitely. Role play, switch it up. Be Lisa, be Tiffany, be Shayna one day. Like, be the nurse, be the doctor.
Right.
All of the above.
Right. Pull some bandages out.
Oh, yeah. Like, seriously. Like, act like there's a physical going on. Like, oh, you're here.
Yep.
But I want to get it to
Yeah, you giving up the sauce. Huh?
Well, we everybody could use a little sauce. So we appreciate you guys being very candid with us because people need to know, like, you don't have to be all boxed in. You're married, what I mean? Sometimes they give it to people that don't deserve it. Right. So give that
so
to
why
your
you being
person.
shy at home?
Right.
Like, be confident.
Right. Give that to
Good
your
point.
person. Don't wrap it up after you're married now.
Right.
Now, you're not doing all of those things that you used to do before marriage,
Right. It's really time to turn it on.
Right.
More.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's time to turn it on. So people really need to know that. So thank you guys for being candid with us in that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would like to know, before we wrap things up, if you could do it all over again.
Yeah. Would you make the same choice? Knowing what you know now. Honestly, would you make the same choice?
I would say yes. I would say absolutely yes. Even the rough patches, because I feel like that's what's like so dope about us and how we even got closer. Because when you go through trials and tribulation, it brings you closer. Because that's what relationships and marriages is like. the ups and downs and how do you navigate through that. And that's what helped grow like better communication and everything too. So I probably wouldn't change that because we wouldn't be like who we are today or anything. So.
Yeah, and I think there was a line you said in our vows in Cabo was something along the lines like, it was like if the multiverse existed in every universe, in every world, our spirits meet in every reality, in every timeline, our spirits meet over and over. Yeah. And I really feel that way about
it. I feel like I would, and I'm not even just saying this, like I literally feel like I would end up right here.
It's nothing I can do about it. You know what I'm saying? We just stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like we twin flames, like, you know, it's just gonna happen every time. Mm-hmm. So
that's awesome. Wonderful.
That's awesome.
So we ain't changing shit.
There you go.
There you go. They ain't changing nothing.
Right. That's wonderful. It was a really good pleasure meeting the two of you.
Thank you.
We're wishing you guys nothing but the absolute best.
Thank you.
And hopefully we can do some type of reunion show and we can talk about progress and what's new and if it's any new characters have popped out.
Like, actually, now
I have to give you my number so you can give me some advice. You know what I mean?
You be a cat burglar.
So it really was a pleasure meeting you guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
And we're looking forward to you guys coming back again, and it could be in a different capacity. You mentioned the finances. You can come back and maybe give our guests some nuggets or our viewers some nuggets on how to just keep their money right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe you can help somebody get that first property that they were looking for. We do that too.
Yeah,
so
love that.
We are really looking forward to being with you guys again, meeting with you guys, chatting, just learning about everything that you guys have to offer. Obviously, it's a plethora of knowledge. So
we appreciate you guys having us. Thank you.
Yeah, I had such a good time.
It was amazing.
Good. All right. So there you have it. We were just on the couch. We are sitting here on the couch with Ryan and Antoinette, and they really dropped some good nuggets on you guys. Make sure that you take some of the advice because it was obviously great advice.
They gave a lot of great advice. They shared some news that every married couple, even if you're not married, you could use to get to that point. I enjoyed the conversation. I learned a lot. Did you learn some things, AJ?
I did. I'm ready to go put on some Halloween costumes.
Okay, all right, man.
He's like, oh God. So I mean, it was fun. It was really fun. But you guys are watching the Live, Love, Laugh podcast. Live, Love, Laugh the podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. Type it in YouTube, one word, Live, Love, Laugh, the podcast. Because we are looking forward to having new subscribers. And if we keep having guests like this, I know you guys want to hit that bell so that you can know when we're coming on, okay? Make sure that you stay online and look for our Pop the Balloon episode. I think they come out on Wednesdays, correct?
Yep, come out on Wednesdays.
Yep, so we have a new episode of What's Poppin', It's a Vibe. Okay, that's coming out on Wednesday. We just want to find some love.
Find some love.
Right? Are they doing it? Or are they not? Okay. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of Live, Love, Laugh, the podcast. And we look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Don't forget, we come out every Monday at 8 o'clock. Maybe 9.
Eastern time.
Okay. All right. So tune in and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace, y'all.
You're so beautiful, the nicest thing I've ever seen. You're more than a beauty queen, the princess of my dream, She's incredible, and invincible. Oh, like a diamond in the rough, and I can't get enough of she.